You know those moments in your day, um, getting to work, running errands, those sort of in-between times, they can often just feel like a blur, right? Just tasks and to-dos.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever wonder if those journeys, those commutes could actually, add something positive, like a bit of freedom, maybe even joy?
Well, that's pretty much the core idea we're looking at today. We're doing a deep dive into Ainohot. They're a Japanese company just now entering the U.S. electric mobility market.
Ainohot, right.
And they have this really interesting vision to create a future where every journey empowers the spirit.
Empowers the spirit. Okay, so we've got some sources to work with here.
We do. There's a YouTube intro from Ainohot themselves, gives a bit of a feel for their vision. And we also pulled some really useful details straight from their website.
Okay, good. So the mission for us today is what? To figure out what makes Ainohot tick, what makes them different.
Exactly. What are their core values? And maybe most importantly, what can you, here in the U.S., expect from them as they step into the e-bike and e-scooter scene?
All right, let's do it. Where should we start? Maybe the beginning. How did Ainohot even come about?
Yeah, the origin story is quite interesting, actually. The website paints this picture of someone in Japan, right in the middle of all the hustle and bustle.
Busy city life.
Right. And this person is observing how rushed everything is, how much life seems dominated by work, by obligations, and it apparently sparked a question.
Which was?
Could that daily commute, which is often, let's face it, kind of a solitary grind, could it be more? Could it be more meaningful than just getting somewhere?
Huh. So just watching people rush around sparked the whole thing. Interesting. What was the sort of initial idea that came from that observation?
The core concept was really about rethinking those trips, moving beyond just, basic transportation.
Okay.
The focus shifted to designing electric bikes and scooters that weren't just functional, but actually brought, well, a sense of enjoyment, maybe freedom, even that feeling of personal empowerment to the person riding.
Empowering the spirit on an e-bike. It's quite a pitch. It definitely suggests something more than just getting from A to B efficiently.
It does.
So what are the sort of guiding principles behind this? What's their actual mission statement say?
Well, it's laid out pretty clearly on their site. Their mission is to enhance people's lives by offering personal mobility products that make every journey more enjoyable.
Okay, enhance people's lives, more enjoyable journeys. How do they plan to actually do that? What are the key elements?
They break it down. Several things stand out. They talk about intuitive design and user-friendly features.
Right. So easy to use, basically.
Yeah, suggesting they want their products to be really accessible, not intimidating, regardless of how tech-savvy you are. Safety is another big one they mention, a paramount concern.
That makes sense for e-bikes and scooters.
Absolutely. And importantly, exceptional customer support. That focus on intuitive design, for instance, it really clicks with how people want tech now, doesn't it? Seamless.
Yeah, definitely. And the customer support piece is interesting, too.
Yeah.
It suggests they're thinking long-term beyond just selling you the bike.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned Japan. The YouTube video apparently highlights their Japanese background. How does that sort of shape who they are?
Well, they present their Japanese origins as a pretty significant strength. They talk about bringing a legacy of high standards, service, and safety over to new markets, like the U.S.
It's like drawing on that reputation.
Precisely. It's about leveraging and maintaining those cultural values that Japan is often known for in business and manufacturing.
Okay, so it's more than just where they started. It's about the standards they aim for. Their website apparently calls them a household name in Japan. That sounds pretty established.
It does suggest that, yeah. They mention having a strong presence there, both with online sales and actual physical stores, which, points to a certain level of brand recognition, customer trust that they've already built up over time. So this move into the U.S., it's framed as the next logical step to take that vision global.
Right, so they're not starting from absolute zero here in the U.S. They've got a track record. Now, what about the actual products? Anything specific we can expect? You mentioned a VIP early access thing?
Yeah, the sources don't give us, deep technical specs or anything, but the website navigation and that VIP offer, they do give us clues.
Okay, like what?
They list the Terra Mountain e-bike, the Urba City e-bike, and the Volt e-scooter.
Terra, Urba, Volt.
Okay, so it looks like they're offering a few different types of electric options, probably, aimed at different kinds of riding, different needs. The names themselves kind of hint at that, right? Terra Mountain versus Urba City.
Yeah, one for trails, one for streets, presumably. Makes sense. Let's circle back to that commitment you mentioned, quality and safety. The website really seems to push that.
Oh, definitely. They actually call quality the cornerstone of Ainohot.
Cornerstone. Strong word.
It is. And they don't just leave it there. They connect it directly to making sure the bikes and scooters are safe, durable, and reliable over the long haul. The idea seems to be, enjoy the ride, but also have that peace of mind that it's a solid, dependable machine.
Which is frankly pretty crucial when you're talking about something you ride in traffic or, rely on daily.
Exactly.
And what about that customer service angle? This phrase, service that goes the extra mile. What's that about?
That seems to be something they really want to emphasize, maybe as a way to stand out. They frame it as more than just like a help desk. It's an ongoing commitment,
Okay.
almost like a partnership lasting from when you're first trying to pick a product all the way through to needing maintenance down the line. They want to support you throughout the whole ownership experience.
A more holistic approach. Sounds good on paper, anyway. Now let's get practical. For anyone listening in the U.S. who's intrigued, what info do we have? Did the sources mention specifics?
They did. They've definitely laid some groundwork for the U.S. market. They list an actual office address in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, okay. So a physical U.S. presence.
Yeah, 6920S Cimarron Road, Suite 100, Las Vegas. And they also provide a dedicated U.S. customer support email, support@ainohot.com. That's obviously key for getting help locally.
Right. Having that direct U.S. contact makes a difference. What about actually buying something? Are they set up for U.S. dollars and payments?
Seems like it, yes. Their website explicitly supports U.S. dollars, lists the United States as a region you can select, and the payment options look pretty comprehensive for the U.S. market.
Like what?
All the usual suspects, major credit cards, Amex, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, plus digital wallets are big now, right? So Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, even Venmo.
Venmo. Interesting.
Yeah, and others too, like Diners Club, JCB, Maestro, Union Pay. So quite a wide range. It looks like they've tried to make the purchasing process pretty smooth for U.S. customers.
Okay. Sounds like they've covered the bases there.
Uh-huh.
So let's try and pull this all together. Their slogan, journey better, live better. How does that kind of capture the whole Ainohot philosophy?
I think it really distills it down well. It ties right back to that origin story, doesn't it? Transforming those everyday trips.
Right, the commute thing.
Yeah. It suggests there's a direct link between improving the quality of those journeys, making them better, and improving your overall quality of life living better. They're not just selling you an e-bike, they're selling an idea, a way to potentially make your daily routine feel, well, better.
Okay, so summing it all up, Ainohot, Japanese company, bringing this legacy of quality, safety, service focus. They're already known in Japan, now expanding to the U.S.
Great.
Offer electric bikes and scooters. We saw hints of city, mountain, and scooter models.
Yeah.
And the big idea is making those everyday journeys more enjoyable, more empowering through thoughtful design, safety, and strong customer support.
That captures it really well. It's about the experience, the philosophy of improving daily life through better mobility, and as they put it, empowering your spirit.
So maybe something for you listening to think about. As you go about your day, your commute, those quick errands, how could changing how you make those tricks actually affect your overall well-being?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Does that Ainohot idea, journey better, live better, does that connect with anything you feel? Maybe wanting something more out of those everyday moments, perhaps checking out their website, seeing what they offer. Maybe it could spark an idea for redefining your own journey.
It's definitely food for thought. Could an e-bike or e-scooter actually change how you feel about getting around? Worth considering.
Ainohot. Journey better, live better.